welcome ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host Rod. This is Blunt Talk Live, brought to you by Smoke to Think On. Follow mybudtender.com or mybudtenderrod, not mybudtender.com. Although I should look. I should buy that domain. I should. Mybudtender.com. I'm gonna fucking look it up right now. You don't believe me? Y'all don't believe me? Let's do it. Oh, look at that, folks. It's not been purchased. You know what that means, right? That means your boy is about to become the fucking owner of mybudtender.com. See here, GoDaddy.com. I gotta open up in a different web browser. I'm gonna do that in a little bit, not right now. Easily distracted, folks. I got a short attention span. It's a fact. So let's mitigate your aggravation on that note and kick right into the cannabis news here in Nevada on April 17th, I believe. I mean, I'm a stoner. It could potentially be, you know, any day, frankly. Oh shit, where'd he get up? Where'd he go to? Don't worry, motherfuckers, I'm coming back. Just come to my attention, I did not have my watch on. How can I possibly make sure what the date is or isn't without a watch? Especially without a fancy fucking shiny one that tells me like all the cool shit that's on my phone. So, that is cannabis news. We got MedMen still ranking #1. Lots of people talking about it. It's a state-of-the-art joint. We're all kind of pretty excited about it, actually. Anytime you got an operation coming in looking to pull 25,000 fucking plants and 10,000 pounds a year, definitely going to affect this standard price, or so I can hope. Sorry, folks, I did not have time to cover that cough with the mute button. Las Vegas dispensaries are expecting big crowds for 420 marijuana celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just remind you, that's not a Nevada thing, not a Vegas thing. Reno's dispensaries are expecting massive crowds. Shit, I might get a call back from the gig I got fired from. It's going to be so fucking busy. I don't talk politics on the show in terms of my own personal life, but I was recently let go for having my tip bucket 4 inches too far to the right. It was a real fucking catastrophe. Bad day. Boss blew his top, lost his cool. Doesn't matter. Point is, it's going to be so fucking busy, they might be calling my ass back. I don't really expect that. I'm just saying. It's going to be busy. You're going to have the dispensary, Bloom, and Mint in downtown. Reno are going to be fucking nuts. And then after 7, all of Sparks is coming to Reno to buy their fucking weed because the city of Sparks still has some kind of retarded fucking arcane medical marijuana rule that says dispensaries can't stay open past 7. I mean, Jesus, what did that mean for the medical patients in Sparks before any of the shops in downtown Reno opened up? I mean, what do we have? Sierra Wellness on 2nd Street was the first, and they were only open till 7 or 8. Fuck, I still think they're only open till like 7 or 8, right? Sierra Wellness, Reno, hours. Why is this so hard to find, you know? Sometimes things should just be right there and obvious, and they're not. It's very frustrating. Till 9, yeah, shit. Sierra Wellness is still only open till 9, so, yeah. Reno dispensaries are going to be fucking crammed after 9 o'clock. Which is good. It's good for them. It's good for the business overall. We're going to generate a shitload of tax revenue on 420. It's going to become a new favorite state fucking holiday. Fuck. We might generate so much tax revenue, the state's required to give us the day off. Might call it fucking high on school day. Never Oh, the blunts are catching up to me, folks. So, no, I don't want to sign in. Fuck off. Leave me be. I don't see why that's a big deal. Let's see here. Oh shit, the SEC suspends trading in cannabis company focused on Northern Nevada and California. This is no good. This can't be good. What's this? Suspending trading in Corex Bioscience. Questionable. The accuracy of information is provided. Commission temporarily suspended trading securities of Corex Bioscience because questions have been raised about the accuracy and adequacy of public disseminated information concerning, among other things, companies' assets and operations in Nevada. Claims that CXBS holds a valid state-issued export license in Nevada for growing, processing, and distributing industrial hemp. I'm not entirely sure why they have a license and growing hemp is a problem. But okay, so it's a CBD company. So I'm confused. Why is this a big deal? Corex Bioscience is a Wyoming corporation. Disclosed information revealed to the company through the sworn testimony of 3 shareholders. Shareholders claim that certain documents bearing their signature are not authentic. Okay. See, why don't they bury the fucking lead? I'm so sick and fucking tired of the news today. Okay, I'm a news analyst on this show. That's what I'm doing. I'm analyzing the news. I'm not really providing you with the news. I'm not writing these articles. I'm looking at them, reading them, and saying what I think about them. It's more of a what do you call it? Like a critique. More of a critique than anything, right? Not really analyzing news so much as I'm just critiquing it. And one of my biggest critiques of the news today is the fact that frankly, none of these people have any goddamn journalism skills left. And I don't know what to make of it. You know, it used to be important to not bury the lead, to start with the most important thing. Like, for instance, this stock is being halted by the SEC because the guys running it quite possibly forged documents required to operate at all. That's a big fucking deal. That's nothing to just sneeze at or to be like, oh, that's not a big deal. That's a big fucking deal. So it's a little bit disheartening for me personally to see that, you know, this is at the bottom of the article. Apologize for that staggered delivery, folks. I had to fix, well, this window here was hanging out on top of this window here. The aesthetic was bugging the fuck out of me. I hope that you guys can respect that. It just needs to look nice. But furthermore, over here in this world, comes back on 27th of April. They'll be finishing with their investigation, and the suspension will either be lifted, or I'm assuming they'll just be canned or shut down or whatever comes of that. This is a new element of the industry that's fascinating to me, and one that I would have never even thought possible. Trading in cannabis on the open stock market. That's happening somehow, and boy, is it fucking cool. So that's cool. Unfortunately, of course, it's going to come with lots of stories like this, where we have the government out to set precedent and make examples of people and make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. This is the 3rd fucking article for MedMen. These guys must have paid some serious cash to get all this kind of publicity. This is crazy amount of publicity. This is the 4th day in a row that all I've been able to talk about on this channel. is MedMen's $15 million facility. And I am excited about it, but I'm frankly getting a little tired. Nevada County Ordinance Meeting and Environmental Review Process. Nevada County is still trying to figure out what the fuck they're going to do in terms of generating revenue off of this cannabis game and also, well, in just general getting paid. But also keeping everybody happy. Seems like it's pretty conservative neck of the woods. Let's see here. Ooh, CannaFest celebrates the most chilled out day of the year, brought to you by Exhale Nevada. Let's see what that's all about. CannaFest sounds kind of fun. Sounds like it's happening in 3 days. It sounds like something I ought to fucking go to just because it would be fun. CannaFest is the culmination of a 20-day raffle that begins April 1st and leads to April 20th. CannaFest event winners. CannaFest raffle will attend a private screening of the movie premiere Super Troopers 2 at the Palms Brendan Theater, Exhale, Nevada. Will host this inaugural event that promises to be the first of many future Exhale entertainment experiences. Sorry, folks. Apparently the hotkey for signing into Chrome is the same that I've set up for my mute button. How cool is this, though? So we're a little late. You still have 3 days to get your raffles tickets from Nevada Exhale Entertainment, so do that. I'm assuming you can do that at their website. For information, exhalenevada.com/CannaFest. This is not, by the way, any form, shape, or form of advertisement or paid thing. You all saw it. He had a Google search. It's just neat. This is just a neat thing. Cool. And this is another element. Another element of the cannabis industry that we're going to start to see really kick into gear. Exhale Nevada Entertainment. You're going to start to see a lot of this kind of little party companies popping up. There's a few of them here getting started in Reno, where the idea is you'll be able to attend a private event with different, headlines, Super Troopers movie or concerts. I'm sure people like Afroman will start doing private events to promote his brand and his strains over through HSH. So I think you'll start to see some of this more of this kind of stuff popping up, and I think that's neat. I think that Nevada is not only going to be the first state to really boom in terms of cannabis consumption clubs. I think we're going to set the precedent for how it's done in this country, though. And I say that because while I realize there are places right now where you can go and you can sit and hang out in a smoke lounge, Nevada has a real way of catering in terms of the service industry. We really like. I mean, look at Vegas, folks. It's not a world-renowned town. It's not that big physically, right? Like the Strip is tiny and not even part of the municipality, for fuck's sakes, okay? Nevada has a way of hospitality. And when it comes to things like, these little speakeasy type places where you can just kick back and smoke a joint, I think we're really going to be the ones to pull it off and do it right. And this is a fine example. Super Troopers 2 private screening before anybody else gets to see it. I'm sorry, that's probably the coolest fucking raffle winner thing. Like if it's right below winning the fucking Powerball, okay? In my humble opinion. Yeah, you could win the lottery, not likely, right? However, much more likely, you could win a chance to go and see a private screening of fucking Super Troopers 2 and really live in the historic moment of your cannabis culture. Like, how fucking neat is that? That'd be like if you were a space nerd getting to hang out with Neil deGrasse Tyson and fucking Buzz Aldrin for an hour or two. You would be fucking stoked. that would mean way more to you probably in terms of your heart and soul than winning the lottery. Granted, I guess if you win the lottery, you could just buy your way into those invitations, but still, this is neat. And it's proof, you know, Nevada, we do things a little bit differently. It's a little bit extra flair. I think that's cool. We still got fraud delivery services popping up in the news in Vegas, which the old criminal element from my early cannabis days of me is like, good for those guys. Good for them. They're providing fucking decent weed to people at a, well, they're probably scamming people. They're probably posting to dispensary prices, but still, they're getting their hustle on the best way they can. I think that's great. On the other hand, it sets up precedent to build restrictions on the legitimate industry that are going to make it even more difficult for your standard guy to just jump right into. Fuck, I didn't realize how much blue I had going on here, guys. Nobody told me. You guys never tell me. Should I change my shirt? I feel like I'm blending in here just a little too much. Let's do an intermission. I'll keep talking, though. That way you know we're here. Not only are we changing our shirt, we're going to shift gears. I'm really excited about the future of this cannabis industry and how fast it's growing. The industry is growing at such a rapid rate across the entire country, frankly. I mean, we got states like Maryland and New Jersey going rec. If I remember correctly, Maryland right now is the only one to have actually passed real straight up genuine legislation, not just like referendum or we all got together and said, hey, we're just going to stop fucking with people. No. They were like, no, we're going to make this straight up a law. The shit's legal now. Fuck y'all. And I think that's cool. Excellent. So, that being said, I have mixed feelings again about this fraudulent delivery services, because part of me is like, good for you guys, get your fucking hustle on. The other part of me is like, you know, I'd like to run a delivery dispensary someday that's legit and pays taxes and has people who are fucking making a living with me. That would be really great. That's a goal. It's a life goal. And I'd hate to see it become a more difficult thing for me to acquire because some asshole said to himself, hey, you know what would be fun? Let's start a fake delivery fucking service on, you know, Craigslist and Facebook. And, you know, so the little old ladies who don't know any better. I'm just saying. Regalia CG biofungicide cleared for use on cannabis by Colorado, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada. Damn. Okay, folks, if you're looking for a shovel in the new gold rush to invest in, excuse me, Regalia CG biofungicide. Well, whoever owns that shit. Ooh, killing powder mildew. Killing powder mildew, folks. Oh, you growers know what I'm talking about. Really? And it's been cleared by the state of Nevada. And I'll be honest with you, I am all for the all 100% organic. I love that shit. My family that grows in NorCal doesn't fuck with Miracle Grow. They amend their soil for fucking 6 months while their babies grow inside, and then come fucking spring, we put them in beautiful, luscious organic dirt, pesticide free, and we let them bad motherfuckers grow. And if they get mites or if they get powder mildew, we yank them the fuck down and throw them in a fire. We don't produce that shit and give it to people. Fuck that. Burn that shit. But if there is a safe, effective, and organic methodology for, you know, solving some of these growing problems, that's cool. Regardless of whether or not you choose to use it in your own growing operations, though, I would suggest putting a couple of dollars on the NASDAQ for whoever the fuck owns this. Marone Bio Innovations Incorporated, NASDAQ MB2. And maybe MB1, I guess. I don't know. That's probably not a bad place to go, because people like MedMen, right, who just dropped 15 million. I've been bitching about, you know what I'm talking about. They're likely to be using this product when it comes up for the full force. Like, that's, I'm gonna bet fucking money your big cultivators are gonna use products like this, and if not this product alone. So just something to keep your eyes on when you're looking at things to invest in. If you want to invest in the cannabis industry, and maybe you're not looking at the high risk end, you don't want to invest in like a store or a cultivation. I don't know why I'm putting that in air quotes, but you want to still be, part of the gold rush or the green rush. Everybody knows the old tale about the gold rush and the guy who sold shovels got just as rich. Well, whether the plants come to fruition or not, cultivators are going to be buying this kind of shit. So, something to consider. Very neat. Nevada wholesale prices remain high for now, yeah, but again, cultivators like MedMen and big box operations are going to come in and start making a little bit of a difference there. People still worried about how much marijuana to eat. Here's my suggestion. Start small. Wait 2 hours. If you're not high, eat some fucking more. If in 2 hours you're still not high, wait till tomorrow, and then just don't diddle the dose. Go ahead and eat a good chunk of that fucking chocolate bar. Experiment. No one has ever died from cannabis infection. The only thing that could possibly kill you, as Terrence McKenna would say, is possibly death by astonishment. But frankly, I've never been so astonished by weed that I felt like I was going to die. Once again, state-of-the-art factory, the craft breweries of cannabis. Yep, some motherfuckers are definitely going to be micro-brewing with cannabis here in the future. I want to say the folks that make Blue Moon. That's pretty neat. Less Nevada-centric, but our neighbors over there in Utah. The Latter-day Saints Church has got a little bit of a quarrel going on right now, because the Mormons in Nevada can use medical marijuana, but apparently the Mormons in, like, straight up where we found the fucking... Sorry. The whole story of the Mormon church is just so goddamn funny. I can't even finish my sentence. I was going to make a joke about finding Joseph Smith's fucking tablets and shit, but I apologize. I don't want to hurt the feelings of any Mormons. Everybody's entitled to their belief. And I feel like South Park really nailed that entire concept on the head. They're very nice people and deserve our respect, even if we think their belief system is silly. That's ours to have, and we're welcome to, totally legit to have that observation, but we should still be respectful of people. So I'm not going to make jokes about the Mormons, even though Mean Rod definitely wants to. And it is a fair question for those folks to have. If you're living in Salt Lake City, Utah, and you want to fucking puff down on some cannabis, why the fuck should it be cool for you? Or for your cousin in Reno, but not for you here in Salt Lake City? I think that's a fair question. They need to get some fucking medical marijuana on over there. Nevada State Senator Tick Segerblum. I'm going to pray that is a typo, and that this guy's real name is Rick. Let's hope. No, Tick Segerblum. Tick Segerblum. That is a hard name to say and a harder name to take seriously. Jesus titty fucking Christ. His name is Tick. I'm fucking blown away, folks. This is the third or fourth time I've read this guy's name, and it just never struck me. Tick Segerblum. Anyway, he's a cat in Vegas, or out of Vegas right now, who's basically saying, "Yo, can our schools get a chunk of that 36 mil?" I think he's right. Yes, they should get a chunk of that $36 million we pulled since July last year. State of Nevada is crushing it when it comes to the fucking tax revenue we're generating. We're taking tax revenue out behind the woodshed and beating it like a mouthy 50-step wife. I was going to say stepchild, but everybody gets mad when you start talking about beating kids. Come on, guys. It's just a funny joke. It's an analogy. Oh, it's offensive. I don't care. Let's be fair, guys. Yes, this is a funny show about some weed news, but I got a dark sense of humor. It's an acquired taste. Please stick with it. It will grow on you. I promise. Come on, it's a visual thing, right? More political forums scheduled this week for Nevada County. Poor folks in Nevada County got it rough. They don't know whether they can grow their own weed, where they're going to be able to buy it. They just know they live in a state where they're allowed to own it, and it's very confusing. I feel for them. Evio announces appointment of David Kane. What is Evio? Probably another cannabis stock that you could trade. That's an important thing to know about. Appointment of David Kane as Chief Financial Officer. All right. Bend, Oregon. Evio, or the company, leading provider of cannabis testing and scientific research for regulated cannabis industry. Bam! Today's show apparently is all about shovels in the cannabis industry. You don't want to get into the industry growing it. You don't want to get into the industry selling it. It's just too high risk. Let me apparently recommend investing in some of the cannabis stocks out there. You could definitely get involved in that new fungicide company, MBI2 or MBII, whatever. I don't know what they're called, you know. For right now, probably steer clear of Corix, the biotech company that's in hot water, but nonetheless, it's out there and it's an option if it goes well for them. What else was? Oh, yes, and of course the scientific testing element of this industry, which, to be fair, is probably pretty expensive to get into. Last I checked, the thermospectrometers that they use are in the thousands of dollars to purchase. But once you've got the machine and you've got the licensing and you're ready to rock and roll with the qualified staff, every fucking batch of weed in the state of Nevada has to be tested. Every batch. Every batch. Every batch. And that's a lot of money. And because it has to be tested, pricing for it is pretty much on your side of the ball. So anyway, let's see here. They've appointed a new CFO, David Kane. That's cool. Not gonna lie, folks, I don't know anything about David Kane or Evio, but it looks like Kane wants to make this company the leader in cannabis testing, and that's cool. That should be any fucking new CFO or CEO's goal in life, is to make their company the best at what they do, to provide the best service. A lot of times, especially now in this world, it seems like people like this guy, David Kane, in other industries, major goal is to make their company the richest possible, which is not always necessarily making them the best. For instance, okay, Walmart currently is like the richest out of the big box buy anything you need stores. I still prefer Target. I don't know why. They're not significantly different in the way that they practice or behave or treat their employees or their customers, but for some reason, Target just seems to provide better service. I go into Target and the lady at the counter is helpful. She gives a shit. She seems to be thankful to be where she's at. I go to Walmart and it's like I'm trying to fucking convince a 10-year-old to let me drill their teeth, with a DeWalt drill. And all I'm trying to do is get a pack of fucking smokes. I don't smoke. You know what I'm talking about. I usually buy cigars. These ones. Fuck them. They want their name on my camera. They got to pay, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. I mean, obviously you guys know I'm talking about Swisher Sweets, but they don't pay me to fucking put their stuff up on the screen, so I don't want to get in trouble for it either. I don't know if that can happen, but I'm not looking for that. So, all right, folks, that is the local Nevada cannabis news. We're roughly, a half an hour into the show. This is a good format. I do about a half an hour of local cannabis news. Why won't it let me delete that? No, I don't want to add a new selection. What the fuck is this talking about? I don't want to do any of that. Here's what I want to do. I just want to search for cannabis news, just in general. Just cannabis news. Excellent. Now we're going to kick y'all over to my rolling a blunt graphic, which I think is probably the coolest 2 GIFs on the fucking internet. That's not an opinion, that's an objective fact. Everyone knows that to be true. Holy shit. Maybe out of cigars. This is a catastrophic moment in blunt talk history. When the boy runs out of cigars midstream. How could I possibly have this problem? I ask myself as I walked to the store twice today already. Son of a bitch. Not rolling a blunt. Motherfucker. That means I'm smoking a pre-roll, which is likely to spark a whole fucking thing of issues for me. Like, why am I smoking this damn pre-roll when I got a full prescription? Another cartridge. Well, shit. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to pause our stream, as I have found myself in the rare but apparently earthly possible position of being out of cigars. And this, my friends, is Blunt Talk Live. Now, I don't know about you, but I would feel a little disingenuous calling the show Blunt Talk Live when in fact I wasn't smoking a blunt. I mean, sure, I could smoke a pre-roll. The problem with pre-rolls, of course, you know, is that they are slightly obnoxious. They run. I have to light them several times. When I ash them, a bunch of weed falls out. Cones look cooler than they smoke. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you do. So, that being said, let us conclude this episode of Smoke to Think On Live, or Blunt Talk Live, brought to you by Smoke to Think On. I will go get some more blunts. Probably run an errand or two. And we will reconvene for this next half of the stream at roughly 3-ish. Yeah, Pacific time. I'm on the West Coast. I might as well use West Coaster time. You know. I know y'all know. We know. So, thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Rod. Check me out at my Bud Tender Rod on the old Instagram. It's where I post funny memes and strain reviews and cool shit like that. Thanks for swinging in, stopping by. Have an awesome fucking day, folks.